Hi students, today's lecture is going to be about how to find credible sources using Boolean operators and what is considered the CRAP method. But the CRAP is an acronym, it stands for something, and I'll get to it then. I'm also going to show you databases online that are credible, great resources that's through the Kansas Library, and I will share that link with you to help you also find sources, because remember, you have to use at least one source that was on that document that the freshman teachers created for our students. And then depending on what class you're in, I believe my regular students, you're trying to find one, and honor students, you're trying to find two additional sources. Okay, so feel free to take notes. I will also share these PowerPoints on Google Classroom, so you can print off the PowerPoints if you like and keep them in your binder. It's for you to use. Okay, so first of all, what are Boolean operators? Let's talk about that. They are not leaning ghosts. That's just a really bad pun. Hopefully you kind of smirked at that. No? Okay, we'll move on. Okay, so just some background information on how Boolean operators came to be. They're named after George Boole, who was an Englishman who invented this part of a system of logic back in the mid-1800s, so a long time ago. And the most common Boolean operators are the words and, or, and not, and additionally, parentheses may be used. This is a way to narrow down the search in the search engine, what things pop up. Because if you just search COVID-19 on Google, you're going to get millions of hits. But if you type COVID-19 and education, it's going to narrow it down, okay? In math, it can be used to connect logical statements, but we're using it for accessing information during this research project. So, for instance, this would be something I'd do in class, and if everybody wearing jeans, stand up. You would have, let's say there's 10 of you in here, 4 of you stand up, okay? And then I have you guys all sit down. And then would everybody wearing tennis shoes please stand up? And then this time there's like 7, right? So would everybody wearing jeans and tennis shoes please stand up? Then the number might only be 5 or 4. I guess it should be 4. Okay, so you see how it would narrow it down, the word and? So you'd have to have jeans and shoes, and that would pop up in the search engine. Not everything about jeans and shoes. So again, and's really helpful in that. So using the operator and between keywords will limit the result of the search because all the keywords have to be present in the order for an item to be retrieved. So if it doesn't have one or the other, it will not pop up in your search. You see how that could be really beneficial? Like, hopefully you're nodding your head, yes. Like, yes, okay, it makes sense. If not, ask me in class when we have this discussion, the following class period. Same thing with or. Would everyone wearing jeans please stand up? Or if you're wearing shoes, please stand up. Now, would everyone wearing jeans or tennis shoes stand up? You're going to have a very different number. Okay, I don't know what these Venn diagrams, ignore those. So using these are actually going to help you retrieve a larger number, because or means they could have either one of those main words or keywords you typed in, or they might have both of them. So again, in your search, you're going to have a lot more hits. It's not going to be as limited like the word and. So or expands the search. Okay. Not, if you use the word not or and not operator, forbids the word after it from appearing in the items resulting from your search. So if you typed in everybody wearing jeans but not tennis shoes stand up, it's going to, again, limit. It's going to limit it even more than if you used and, okay? So if you want to say COVID-19 and, I don't know, not vaccines, I don't know why you type that, but it would limit, it would pop everything about COVID-19 except anything that deals with the vaccine they're trying to create. Okay, so that's for those keywords. Parentheses are used to group together words or phrases. For example, you could say domestic and violence, or court or trial. Could be used to search for cases of domestic violence that have gone to court or trial. Okay, instead of saying, any and all domestic violence, no, you're looking for ones that have gone to court. Okay, so you could say COVID-19 and education, or COVID-19 and NFL, and see how it's impacted the professional football league. Okay, so it's going to group it, and it's really going to narrow down your search even more so, because it has to have whatever's listed in the parentheses. Okay, so this is the order of operators. Kind of like in math, you have the order of operations. You kind of have an order of operators when you are searching. So you first want to try doing the parentheses, because that's going to make it really, really narrow your search. And then it's like, oh, that's not enough. Then go to using the word not. And if you're still not finding enough, then maybe say and in the search engine. And then lastly, if you're still having trouble finding sources, then you can put or. So you want to start limiting it as narrow as possible, and then slowly expand if you're having trouble finding sources. This really does help, especially with the internet now. There's so much information out there, and it can be really just overwhelming. If you have over 100, a million hits, you're like, there's no way I can go through a million sources. But if you have only 50 that pop up, or even 10 if you're using a database, that's much more doable, and you can even just skim through and be able to find a reliable source. All right, so that is Boolean operators. I'm going to stop the video here, and then the next lecture will be about the method that helps you find credible sources. So once you use Boolean operators, you're going to have to decide, is this source credible or not? Okay, because there's a lot of false information out on the internet, and you can't believe everything you read. So that will be the next lecture that you'll need to watch.